Heavenward Leap, Holocaust Day, 2013. For one who never came home. I have a memory of an event that occurred more than half a century ago in Union Station, a mnemonic tracing I have revisited countless times. Sometimes I call it up, sometimes it appears spontaneously. Always it warms me, and it saddens me too. A small clipping lies among some old photos and mementos I've dragged about for most of my life. An unremarkable announcement, similar to hundreds like it, which appeared in the newspapers when local boys were shipped overseas to fight in World War II. In part it reads, "I'll send you a picture of the whites of their eyes," stated Sergeant Murray Sherman, 21, in a letter to his parents. He told them that by the time the letter arrived, he would be making his first operational flights over Germany. My Uncle Murray, like me, is only partly Jewish. Many insisted that he wasn't Jewish at all. His father was, and his mother wasn't. "You are what your mother is," went the argument. Anyway, he wasn't the likeliest candidate to take exception to being called a dirty Jew, but he did. In a bar one night, in a hateful argument about Nazis and Hitler and Jews. In fact, he took it so seriously that he enlisted the next day, joined the Air Force, became a tail gunner. It's this way, as a soldier, you've got a 2 in 3 chance you'll come home. 1 in 3 you'll get killed. And a tail gunner's odds are worse than that. It's the baddest gig on the ship. 30 missions make a tour. If you get through the 30, you're home free. Simple as that. So Uncle Murray makes it through the 30. He's coming home. Hallelujah. And we're all down at Union Station waiting for him. There's a whole trainload of them coming back. All these lucky guys who made it through, and guys on leave. All the mothers and fathers and wives and kids and sisters and brothers and everybody throwing all that love into the air, thinking they might never have seen them again. Now they're coming home. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So that's this memory I have. It's of that day. The day Uncle Murray came home. We were behind this brass railing, waiting. The rail was way up over my head. I was about 4. Towering above me were my mom and my grandma and my aunt and all their husbands. I was down below, crushed into a sweet-smelling mother cocoon of perfumed nylons and Alaska seal. The boys in uniform were pouring through the gate, throwing themselves into the reaching arms that were waiting for them. And suddenly, he was there. With a duffel bag slung over one shoulder, he clutched the top of the brass railing with his free hand and threw himself over it into our arms. I'll see that leap of his eternally. I was down at Union Station today. I wanted to see the brass railing. I looked around and couldn't find it. Where the hell was it? Certainly I hadn't thought the whole thing up. This precious memory of mine, it had really happened, hadn't it? Where the hell's that rail? So I'm looking around, and I start scanning the floor, trying to figure out where the railing would be if it was still here. And I see these rings in the marble floor, brass rings, and I see them run up the arrivals ramp. And in the marble piers along the way, I see the holes the railings had been bolted into, now plugged up with some kind of cheap cement. And I could dream me up my brass railing, and that day and that leap, that glorious heavenward leap. My memory was safe. A week later, Uncle Murray re-enlisted. He was shot down on his first mission and went missing in action. He never came home again.